everyone, welcome back to Simply Jewish Parenting. Today's topic is one that might seem obvious on the surface, but actually runs much deeper than we often realize. We are talking about dads. I actually would like to dedicate this podcast to my husband, who is a great dad and a great poppy. He's a grandfather too. Okay, so we are talking about fathers today, not as helpers, not as secondary parents, but as active, essential, and deeply influential figures in a child's development. Because the truth is, fathers matter in child development in ways that shape who children become. And yet, the messages children absorb every day don't always reflect that. All right, so I want to start with a conversation that I never forgot. Many years ago, I was speaking with a colleague about the Berenstain Bears book, and she pointed out something that I had never really noticed before, but that Papa Bear is often portrayed as clumsy, a bit ineffective, sometimes even clueless, and while Mama Bear is the one who always knows what to do, the one who holds everything together. So at first I really didn't see it, but once she said it, I couldn't unsee it. And when I went back to those same books with my own kids who absolutely loved them, I started noticing exactly what she meant. And it made me pause, not just about bigger books, but about something much bigger. What subtle messages are we sending about fathers? It's not good out there. In many social settings, we hear it all the time. Jokes about dads being useless, clueless, or just there for fun. Most of the time, people don't mean harm, but repetition matters. When fathers are consistently portrayed as secondary or incompetent in media and books and casual conversation, it quietly shapes how children understand their father's role. And that's something worth paying attention to. The research is really clear on this. Father involvement is linked to better educational outcomes and fewer behavioral challenges. They engage parenting by both mothers and fathers is critical for healthy child development. And we look at children with involved fathers, we consistently see that they are more likely to perform better academically, show fewer behavioral challenges, they develop stronger emotional regulation, and they build healthy relationships later on in life. In other words, dad involvement is not optional or secondary, it is foundational. And what's so important to understand is that the impact of fathers doesn't usually come from big dramatic moments. It comes from the everyday ones. I love this. It's the small things, right? A conversation during a car ride, a shared joke at the dinner table, helping a child work through frustration after a hard day, showing up consistently. These small moments are what build emotional safety over time. They're how children learn, I am seen, I am valued, I am supported. So Father's Day is actually a good moment to pause and reflect on this, not from a place of perfection or pressure, I always talk about that, but from recognition, because kids are always listening. They absorb how we speak about their parents, and those messages shape how they understand family, identity, and belonging. And when fathers are spoken about with respect and appreciation, children learn something very important. That both parents matter, that both parents have value, and that both parents help shape who they become. It's not about removing humor or pretending every parent is perfect. It's about balance. We can absolutely enjoy lightness in parenting, but we can also be mindful about not defaulting to messages that minimize fathers. Instead, we could choose language that reflects reality. Fathers are capable, fathers are essential. Fathers play a key role in raising emotionally healthy children. Fathers are deeply and meaningfully involved. Even small changes in how we speak can reinforce something very important. Fathers matter in child development, and children benefit when they know that clearly. Okay, before we wrap up today, I want to leave you with a very simple, practical tool you can use this week. I always do that. It's called Name the Positive, or look for the positive in your husband. Here's how it works. Once a day, just once, pause and intentionally say something specific and positive about your child's father. But the key is this: make it specific and real, not generic. So instead of saying things like daddy is great, try something like daddy is really good at staying calm when things get stressful. Or I noticed how daddy took the time to really listen to you just now. That was special. Or daddy is so patient when you're figuring things out. Why does this matter? Because children don't just learn from what we do, they learn from what we notice out loud. And when you name a father's strengths in front of a child, you are doing two powerful things at once. You are reinforcing the father's role as capable and essential, and you are shaping how your child sees and values that relationship. It's small, it takes a second, but it builds a very different emotional message in the home. Children need fathers, not as background figures, but as active, loving, essential parts of their life. So especially around Father's Day, let's be a little bit more intentional about what we say, how we say it, and what message it sends to the children who are listening. Happy Father's Day to all the dads that are showing up every day. Thank you for joining me at Simply Jewish Parenting.